Hey, Tarot's here. It's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures, and we're going live. I told myself I have no plan, but I made myself a promise that I would go live at least once a week to get back into the habit of doing readings. So we're going to wait for people to show up. I'm going to drink my super shitty convenience store latte. I don't know why I drink these. I don't know why. I could just get Nescafe and not give the 7-Eleven my $3. Hi, Amethyst. How are you? How's Mr. Seymour? We love him. She's got the cutest dog named Seymour Butts. It's just the best name ever. So the deck we're going to be reading with today, you guys, BT Dubs, is the Nature Spirit Tarot, which is a ridiculously oversized deck, but it's kind of amazing. So it features like animals and plants. It's got your traditional Rider-Waite symbolism going on for it. I'm probably going to figure out a way to grab this little Bad Larry wholesale so I can sell it in my store because I love it. So yes, if you have questions, put them in the chat box. I don't know what direction the chat box goes in these days. Because I think it's over there for you guys, because technically I would be right flipped. Yes, it's over there for you guys. So yeah, there's not much else, not much going on. I have a deck I need to do a review for still. It's the Spacious Tarot, which is fantastic. I'm kind of in love with it. It's one of the first decks that I've gotten in a while that have been like, yeah. And then I guess we could talk about, Benabelle did a video the other day about the commodification of spiritual tools, which is kind of cool. Namely, her deck selling for some insane amount the other day. Was it like $700? Shit, son, I could use some of them. I got two of her decks. I've got her original and her sepia toned one, the Truvian edition. The deck that we're using, Amethyst, or the deck that sold, Benabelle Wen's Spirit Keeper Tarot deck. And then today we're using Nature Spirit Tarot. This is a wonderful deck. I love it so much. But yeah, her deck sold for, we're using Nature, for those who missed it, we're using the Nature Spirit Tarot. So if you have a question, put it in the chat and then I will answer your question. Oh my God, it is very much Monday. I don't know why I still hate Mondays. I work 7 days a week. Hi, Vidushi, how are you? So yes, tarot readings today. If you have questions, put it in the box. Yes, you can get a free reading. I hate to say free here because it is an exchange, I suppose. I would like a little bit of feedback. But yes, I don't charge for readings yet. Someday maybe, but right now, no. But yes, absolutely, you can get a reading. What should you do about Yashil? Right? Oh my God, shuffling this deck is just insane, you guys. Like, it is so big. It is so big. When they tell you that size doesn't matter, that's a lie. I would love to teach tarot. There's some plans in the works, Amethyst. There are some plans in the works to teach and to I want to open up a space. I don't know. I need the dog store to be gone first, but I've already started looking for spaces to open up an herbal clinic and like spiritual wellness center thing, like a little bit of retail, a little bit of classroom, a little bit of like just a little bit of everything, and it would be amazing. I already know what book I would use as a textbook for the tarot class. I just think I need to reach out to the author to make sure that that's okay to use it as a textbook. Yes, it would be so awesome. All right. So anyway, I'm almost done shuffling these cards, I promise. They're just really, really big cards. Look how big the cards are. They're ginormous. All right. So what to do about I like that card for you. So you got the Ace of Cups. And then that card for you as well. And the World. And this would for a very brief reading, this would tell me that you need to explore whatever feelings you have about Yashiel to completion. This is a very positive reading. But it would almost say that like it's a beginning to an end of whatever it is that you're feeling now. Whatever the feelings that you have, you need to take them and mature them a little bit and, you know, find out whether or not they're reflected. Yeah, it's just, you need to you need to explore, like, again, you just need to explore whatever feelings you have for it. There's something new that's popped up, a very new, but perhaps profound and deep feeling, but you haven't really explored it or thought about it. And you need to, where that's concerned, you need to seek out its natural conclusion. Instead of just ignoring it, you can't just be like, okay, well, whatever this is, I'm going to tamp it down deep down and like hope it goes away and yada, because that's never how that works out. You really need to kind of get in there and kind of unpack whatever it is that you've been feeling about him lately. Because it's you can try and maybe get him to unpack, but that's always difficult to try and get somebody to do that. But yeah, if I were you, this is more about you unpacking. Will he offer something to you? I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, if some kind of new feeling or something new has happened and come into the mix, it needs to be like, you really need to sit down and unpack it. Like that's kind of like the phrase that just keeps repeating over and over in my head for me. For you is whatever this is, you need to sit down and like, really, is this the thing that you want? Is this like, how does it affect your feelings? Something new came up. Hi, Karen. How are you? And you got the Hermit. So again, the theme of inner exploration and just really, it's not so much about whether or not he's again, it's not about, so when I read, I don't do third-party readings like, oh yeah, he's going to offer you like a this or a that. This is so much, it's a little bit more about personal growth, and like you need to just kind of sit down and again, do a little inner spiritual journeying, if that makes any sense. You need to just kind of like, there's something going on there, and it's not about whether or not he's distant, and it's not about whether or not he's going to give you something. It's about something a little bit deeper, and you just haven't really explored it. Like, is he like, is something he's doing make you happy? Is it making you angry? Like, are you willing like to put up with whatever it is that he's doing? This is a bigger decision than just trying to figure out like, oh, what should I do about him? Or this is deeper. You have to figure out what it is and unpack it. It's not for me to know, it's for you to know. All right. So we are doing readings. Yay, readings with the Nature Spirit Tarot. This is a fantastic deck. And yes, so we're just getting warmed up. So Vidushi, I'm sorry that you wound up being the first reading. I'm not always turned on, as they say, for the first reading, but it like the cards don't lie, kiddo. Like, you gotta kind of figure it out. There's something there. Little inner journeying, as it were. So if anybody has a question, yeah, absolutely, Karen, put your question in the chat box. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Let's see, what is happening in the world today? So one of my other hobbies, as you guys may or may not know, is makeup, right? And Jeffree Star and Nathan just broke up, so that's a little bit of tea. And I'm trying to feel bad for Jeffree Star, but I can't feel bad for somebody that lives in a house that looks like that. So, which might be mean, but it is what it is. I said it. All right. So you have a you got the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups for love advice. And I don't know, that really is just about, God, we're going to see themes about being emotionally mature today, aren't we? I don't know if I'm here for this on a Monday morning. But somebody that's got kind of like charge of their emotions, but they're, you know, they're willing to act on them, but in a mature and thoughtful way. So yeah, I don't. Hold on. I need another card for love advice for you. I don't know, just Knight of Cups. I love those ducks. And themes of go-getting. Huzzah. Go-getting, but balance. I really love this Chariot. It really brings into aspect the feelings of like, you know, just okay, yeah, action, but balanced action. And I think again that this is where the Knight of Cups are. So as far as love advice, like if you've got something that you want to do, like if you want to take action on something, or if there's some sort of like, you know, something that you've been pursuing, I think this would require you, I'm going to put it like the way I'm going to phrase is going to sound really weird, but I think it's really apt. I call it, you know, your online shopping window period. Like, oh my God, I want this. Yes. And you put it in your cart. And then as far as like love advice would be concerned for you, same thing. Be like, oh my God, I want this. And be like, yay, I'm going to pursue it. But then, oh my God, Beaker, I can't even get that card today either. I love him so much. So put it in your cart and then wait a day. And if you still want it and you still remember it the next day, then buy it. But like, you know, the love version of that, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that would be kind of like my advice for you. Like, I don't know why that's the story that popped into my head. You know, like, yay, think about it for a day. And then if that's still something that you want, then absolutely pursue it. All right, let me see. Phantom Punk wants a reading concerning love in the near future. And then Amethyst, yes, I am into makeup. I own an insane amount of makeup, and not even a little bit of it is Jeffree Star. And it makes me feel bad every time I buy Jeffree Star because, I don't know, I have such mixed feelings about him as a person. Like, he does amazing things for, like, but he's also kind of a dick. Like, it's just kind of, hi, how are you, Susan? I haven't seen you in, like, such a long time. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yay, I'm so glad you caught this morning. Because last time you were in the chat, I saw you, like, as I was hitting, like, the end stream button. Okay, so Phantom Punk. Oh, and thank you, by the way, Phantom Punk. That is... I did a Bob Ross video for like 30 days of tarot, and that was the one that we did. That was the painting that we did because it's an easy painting to do. All right, let's see. All right, so near future concerning love. Let's see. For Phantom Punk. Okay. So you got the Queen of Wands, and again, the Ace of Cups. Damn you, Ace of Cups. Okay, so I mean, this would say to me that you're something about choosing, like, honestly, passion over new feelings. if I knew you better, I would say don't go making it like, don't go move to that town that you don't know about for this dude and like leave your job and stuff. Like that's kind of what I'm getting here. It's like don't do something idiotic for puppy love. Like yeah, don't do something idiotic for puppy love or new love or fresh love. You know, don't do something stupid like that for that. Yeah, like you've got a choice. Like you can keep pursuing something that you're passionate about, and yeah, there's some new emotions for something or someone. But you know, maybe take a minute before you go and do something ridiculous. Yeah, we're gonna see repeating themes today. I don't know why. Okay, let's see. Who needs a question? Okay, so Bianca, question, your turn for a question, I think, right? Yeah, Bianca's turn for a question. And then Carla, I can do a question for you. And then I think that's going to be it for questions because I have to go to work soon. So, oh my goodness. Entropy, yeah, this deck is fantastic. I forget how I even came across it. I want to say, how did I discover it? I want to say it was Instagram, but I don't remember. Oh, Mel, yes, you can ask if you want to. So all right, so yes, Mel, you can ask a question as well. And then that'll be it for questions because, guys, I got to go to work. All right, let's see. All right, so Bianca wants to know if Carolyn will be back in your life. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys shuffling this deck. Okay, hold on. One last one. We'll try, and then I'll just keep doing hand over hand. Okay. That didn't work out quite the way. Oh my God. Okay. So I don't know what that bodes for you, Bianca, if I can't even shuffle the goddamn deck. All right, let's see. Will Carolyn be back in your life? Sorry. All right. So Judgment. And the Fool. So, I mean, like, okay. So we're honestly, this I don't think that this is so much that she'll be back in your life, but you know, that her relationship is gonna help, like your relationship with her is gonna help you grow as a person. But more so in the learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you in a relationship kind of a thing. But I think your feelings for her need to evolve in a healthy way. And then you need to start a new journey as far as looking for love that works for you. Because the thing that I kind of get from this reading is that her relationship with you was something that worked for her and didn't necessarily work for you, because if it worked for you, you wouldn't be here asking for a tarot reading about it. So if that's the case, I think that, you know, you need to take what you've learned from this and grow. I know the fool. It's just like, get the fuck on with your life, son. Like, it's just, yeah. So it just, you need to learn from this and grow, and find somebody that isn't going to, like, again, a relationship shouldn't work for one person or the other. It should work for both mutually. It can work in different ways, but ultimately it needs to work for both. And it didn't work for you. It worked for her. And that's not fair to you. So it's time to take that information and learn and grow and start a new journey where you put yourself in a position to find love for you. Okay. Let's see. And then Carla got kicked out of school until April. Okay, so you want to know if you should keep pursuing it or go into a different field. Everybody who's asking questions right now that isn't, so Carla and Mel were my last two. It is not a reasonable size entropy, but I don't know that it's a deck that I would trim because there's not too much, like the borders aren't ginormous. I would keep the borders, like, because mostly the card stock, it's not the world's best card stock, so I don't know that I would trim it. And I don't think that making it that much smaller would make it a more manageable deck. So, so Carla, when asking for signs about what to do, if you're anything like me, I can't. And I don't think I've drilled it through my spirit to my to my guides and all that stuff in the universe and spirit. I don't think I've really driven it home that I can't take a subtle bullshit, like the subtle signs and like the little things and like, oh, here's a feather in your way. Like, no, fuck that. I don't know what the fuck that means. I need like blatant bullshit. Like if you're going to send me some signs and shit, I need it to be goddamn blatant. Like neon blinking lights, hit me over the head. So if I were you, I'd stop asking for like signs and start asking for like goddamn blatant bullshit. Like, it's like you just need to like stop being like, yeah, subtle works for me. Because you know what, it doesn't always work. You might need something, especially if you're worked up about something about school. So Carla, let's find out about school for you. All right. So we're going to do this a slightly different way. If you keep pursuing your current path, or here's one for if you do psychology. And we might have to pull other cards. That is really interesting. I'm gonna pull second cards and then I'll tell you. Hi, Tars. Give me a second, Tars, and then I'll. Right. So you mean where am I from personally? Yeah, the U.S. We're in the U.S. Okey-doke, artichoke. Okay, so this is really interesting. All right, so let's dive into your reading. Okay, so I pulled a card for if you continued to pursue the current path that you're on, and you pulled the Empress. And then I pulled a card for if you pursued psychology to be a school psychologist, and you got the Nine of Swords. So this is really interesting. It's like it seems to me like the path that you're on is lucrative ultimately for like it's a hard path of study, but ultimately as far as like your creature comforts, get it because we're using animal deck. You're like the money and the comfort and the lifestyle like that you're after, definitely stick on the path that you're on. And as far as school psychologist is concerned, like this is all about like anxiety and nightmares and like stirring up like emotional bullshit. Because here's the thing, if you're going to go on a psychological journey, that stuff all gets stirred up, right? So it's kind of like there's going to be some stuff that you're going to have to deal with if you want to help others psychologically. There's some shit you're going to have to dredge up and deal with, and nobody wants to do that. Because I believe as a course of study, most people wind up going to see people in that field. They see people in the mental health field for themselves to clear up your own stuff, right? But for clarification and further pursuits for, staying on the course of study that you're on, you pulled the 10 of Swords, which I think is a far worse sword. It's a far worse sword card than the 9 of Swords, right? So yeah, ultimately you've got the creature comforts and the lifestyle that you want and like all that stuff, but it's kind of a lonely, like not emotionally fulfilling path that you find yourself on. Like, okay, yeah, you've got the life, but like, are you working too much? Or like, is it a career that's going to lead to you like working long hours and not having enough time with your family? And like, the question that comes up for me for this is, will you have ultimately betrayed your long-term goals in life because you took a job that on face value was like, because you went on a career path that was more lucrative for you, if that makes sense. Like it, like, oh yeah, this will get me the big house and the white picket fence and the Lexus, but do I like it? And then this one, you pulled the 10 of Cups for afterwards, which tells me that if you pursue this path, it's going to be really like, so as school psychologist, it's going to, or psychiatrist or whatever it is you're going, psychologist, because you're not prescribing to kids in a school. If you take this path, there's going to be some shit dredged up and you're going to have some worries and you're going to be like, oh my God, why did I do this? It's going to cause you great anxiety. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a much better situation for you. Like if you're going to come to the completion of a suit, would you rather wind up at the completion of the 10 of Swords or at the completion of the 10 of Cups? Like it just, to me, this is a no contest. Like that path is easy and there's some money to be had, but like that just seems like it just seems like it, like if you don't want to, like if you just want to keep doing what you're doing and then fine, but like ultimately you might not be happy after. But if you want to put in some really hard work and dredge up some bullshit, at the end of the day, it's probably going to be better for you. So there's your reading. Yay! You can tell I start getting into the swing of things about last reading in. All right. And then the last reading was Mel Mel. So will you find a job abroad? Will you find a job abroad, Mel Mel? I don't know. Let's find out for you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if it's by 2 points and they didn't just round it up, that's silly, Carla. Hi, Tars. I already kind of put a, so as far as readings, I kind of put a cap on readings. Mel Mel was the last one. About finding a job abroad. Yeah, Priya, I'm sorry. This is the last, Mel Mel is the last reading. Because y'all just come at me with the questions so damn fast. It just, the queue fills up right away. All right, let's see. So for Mel Mel, will you find a job abroad? Will you find a job abroad? All right, so you received the 2 of Cups. So for will you find a job abroad? Yeah, Yeah, I think this is less about finding a job abroad as it is finding someone abroad. But yes, you'll find a job abroad. There are jobs to be had. But I think this is less about finding jobs abroad as it is meeting people or meeting someone abroad. So I don't think you really have to worry about the jobs so much as you have to worry about the someone. And then I said, well, you like that? And then in my brain, I pulled you another card and I was like, well, will she like the job she gets? Because really, that's less about, like, yeah, everybody can find a job somewhere, but is it a job you're going to like? So for you, I pulled the World. And this reading tells me that this is going to be the start of a good journey for you. And it's less about, again, it's less about, are you going to find a job abroad so much as is like, are you going to start your life abroad? Like something like a reading like this is like, oh, meeting somebody and then like, having your life. I'm going to pull another card to just kind of, because the deck will back it up if this is the case. Yeah. Okay. This clinched it. 9 of Cups. All right. So this is less about this. Is so like, yeah, you'll find a job. It's not, but that's not the thing. This is, again, life journey. Like this is huge life journey bullshit for you. This is like, okay, you're going to get a job. You're going to meet someone. You're going to start this awesome thing. I'm almost getting like fresh start in my brain for you. This is about, like really like the big next phase of your life. And I think wherever it is that you're going to land, you're going to really like it. And it's going to open up a new path and a new door for you. And you're just going to be like, it's not necessarily a bad move. Like, yes, good, do it. Yeah, so it's not so much, finding a job, like finding a job is part of it, but I think that it's less about like, it's less you're going to find a job and you're more going to find you and the life you want to live. So that's that. Yay. So again, 2 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and the World. So that is your reading for today. We saw a lot of cups today, you guys. All right. So I am going to start to get going. I'll pull us 1 card for the day. So everybody, readings are done. Stop asking. Mostly because it clutters my brain. All right. So I'm going to pull us a card for the day. I am using the Mystical Shaman Oracle by, oh my God, that's really terrible. The Mystical Shaman Oracle, Colette Baron Reed and Marcelo Lobos and Jen Della I can't pronounce her last name. She's such a great artist. Here, there's her name. Illustrations by Jen Della. I can't. Not even attempting it. It's Monday morning. All right, so here's our card for the day. Here is our card for the day. Your comment was convincing. Tars, I don't know what you mean by your comment was convincing. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Comment for the card for the day. All right, here we go. Ready? Card for the day. You right there. That's the card we want. Okay, for today, we got Middle World. That is some J.R.R. Tolkien bullshit right there, isn't it? All right, so as much as we love, so for this, this says to me, as much as we love our spiritual journeys and our spiritual, this is such a goddamn Monday card. I can't even, as much as we love like our spiritual woo and, I always call it my metaphysical bullshit for jerks, which is Like, I'm the jerk, you guys. I'm the jerk. So like our metaphysical bullshit for jerks, like as much as we love it, as much as we love living in that world and doing that stuff and, you know, focusing on it, guess what? It's fucking Monday. So it's time to handle some like real, like I hate to say real life bullshit, but like there's bills to pay. There's floors to vacuum. There's like, oh God, I hate this card so much. Just like I hate Monday. Yeah. So this is just a gentle card reminder that maybe it's time to pull our heads out of the clouds and, you know, out of the ground and out of our spiritual workings, which is always such a rude awakening and feeling, and it's horrible and I hate it and you hate it too. We all hate it. But time to pull our heads out of the clouds for a minute and handle things like bookkeeping and dishes, like empty the dishwasher, like clean the toilet, go to your job, like like all this stuff we just don't want to do. So that is time for that today. Because sometimes like we are energetic beings in human bodies, and it's time to take care of our human lives. So that's that. That is that message for middle world. Yes, middle world management. It's time to have a Monday. All right, guys, I'm gonna get going. I gotta handle the animals and then go to work. I will talk to you later. Thank you for hanging in for me while I did readings, and I will see you at some other point. Maybe I'll pop on later this week. I know I will be uploading that review for that deck soon, so look forward to that, and I will talk to you later. Bye. End stream. Yes, end.